Hi everyone, my name is Arielle and welcome back to my channel. If you've been following my most recent vlogs, you know I've been training for my first thru hike on the Tahoe Rim Trail. Although it's not the Pacific Crest Trail, which was my original plan for this summer, I'm super excited that I still get to get out on a good adventure. I took a long road trip with just me and my dog out to California and Nevada, and well, it was mostly uneventful, except for that one time that I got stuck in traffic for over an hour and then realized that it was just going to be faster to go around. It was about a 3.5-hour detour on an already 16-hour drive. The one silver lining, though, was that it took a much more scenic route, somewhere I'd never been, lots of pretty views, and I have the best co-pilot in the world. We drove a few hours after the sun went down and then pulled over to sleep in the van. Luckily, the van's really comfortable no matter where I sleep, although usually I like to choose a really nice rest area, but my little turnaround 3-hour thing kind of got in my way, and I ended up sleeping at the classic cross-country road trip destination, the Walmart parking lot. Since I was already a few hours behind schedule, I made sure I got a nice early start to the day so that I could still get in nice and early to Krissy's house so we could get all of our gear ready for our big adventure. The rest of the road trip was pretty much uneventful. Alright, so we are in the final moments of packing all of our stuff. We're gonna leave early in the morning. Obviously, I made it to Krissy's house. How beautiful is their gear closet? It's a room, but it is so magical, and it looks a little messy because we have all of our gear, but I'm just so impressed and inspired and want to create something similar for myself. But yeah, we're kind of packing and repacking our bags, weighing them, realizing they're heavier than we thought, and then repacking them. So anyways, I'm just gonna weigh my bag and see what my base weight is, and then see what it is with all my food, because for me, as long as my base weight is decently low, then it's okay that, you know, the food weighs a little more, because we are going to eat it, so it will get lighter and lighter as the days go on. So anyways, I'm gonna do that and I'll give you a little update. Okay, so final weigh-in, my backpack is 17 pounds as a base weight, and then it's 30 with food and water and everything. It's definitely a little heavier than I wanted it to be, but there's nothing else for me to take out or like minimize or, you know, shave down. So it is what it is for now, and I'm sure after this trip I will have ideas on how I can make it lighter for the future, but that's what I'm working with this time around. Okay, so Krissy was weighing all of her stuff and realized it weighed, what, 46 pounds?
46 pounds.
With everything in it. So I'm making her take everything out and find out what her base weight was, which was, what did that end up being? 26?
26 pounds.
Okay.
Wait, my food and water is 20 pounds.
Okay, so we gotta work on that too. Anyways, moral of the story is we're learning that we have to get rid of some shit in her bag, because that's too heavy. So the first thing we're getting rid of...
There's a 10-pound Gerber knife in here.
It's like, she's not quite exaggerating. Like, I know it looks small, but it's pretty heavy. There's a grail. Anyways, we're gonna get rid of some more stuff and see if we can get her down at least a couple pounds. I feel like, I don't know, giving a pack shakedown I feel fully underqualified for, but I feel like I've watched so many pack shakedown videos on YouTube that I can at least be somewhat useful. All right, so we got 4 pounds out of that bag. I call that a success.
Yes. I can't believe it.
I think we're both kind of in the same boat though. I feel like there's nothing else we feel like we can take out, and so we kind of just have to get out there and see how it goes.
Start eating everything.
Start eating everything, but see what we don't use, and then that way we know if there's anything we can get rid of. So I think that's it for now. I think we're gonna take showers, try to get a good night's sleep, and head out bright and early in the morning. So I put my watch on this mode called expedition mode, where it only tells you every hour, which is probably good for my mental health, not to keep checking like how where we're at, how many miles, all those things, but also it just saves the battery. But we've done just over 2 hours, and it says that we've done about 6 miles. And I don't know if you can tell in the GoPro because I know that's kind of like wide angle, but you can see Squaw Valley over there, and then that way there's some rocks, and it's like one of my favorite climbing areas that I used to climb a bunch when I lived here. So it's really cool. I know it's called the Tahoe Rim Trail, but it takes you kind of around the backside, and you can see over the other side of the mountains as well. So it's just like amazing out here right now. I'm so excited to be here, so grateful. So we just made it to the first water source, which is called Watson Lake, and Tabor's so happy to cool off. I think it's like 15 miles. Like I need to look at the total. Obviously this thing doesn't update as often as my watch, but yeah, definitely didn't pay enough attention to the water source situation for these first couple sections. It's way more spread out than we thought. So it took 15 miles to get to our first water source, and I hit the trail with like a partially full water bladder because I just had assumed there'd be a lot of water on the trail, not realizing that this is like a super dry section. And luckily Krissy had enough water to keep me and Tabor good to get ourselves all the way up here. But the next water source is like another 18 miles. And we definitely want to hike more today, but I don't think we want to hike 18 more miles today, and I don't know if we want to dry camp. So we are kind of deciding what we want to do, and I went to go chug some water, and of course my filter bag has a hole in it, but the lucky thing is we have some duct tape. So I'm gonna duct tape that, fill up all my water, eat some lunch, and then we will make some decisions about how we want to handle water for, you know, today, tomorrow, since this happens to be a super dry section of the trail. After that, it looks like there's tons of water like the whole time. But yeah, it's crazy. 15 miles in for the first water source, and then another, I think, 18 miles or so to the next one. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to celebrate this genius over here. So we've been sitting by the lake for a little while. It's like the hottest part of the day, the last hour, so we decided to just hang in the shade. And also, like I said, the next water place is not till like 17 more miles.
17 miles.
Which we're not gonna walk today. We were trying to figure out how we were gonna pull that off, but this genius over here had brought like the 10-liter gravity filter water filter, and you know, I was giving her crap earlier in the video for like, you know, whatever yesterday
water filter.
because her pack was so heavy, but she's saved my ass already 3 times. Like I ran out of water because we didn't plan for enough water, and she had it. And then we got to the lake, and my water filter, like this is a brand new Sawyer, and I've used these Sawyer squeezes for forever. So like I know that they're great, but the platypus with this newer one, is stupid. It literally has busted in 3 or 4 places, and now it seems like the whole seam around the top part is splitting. I don't even know if it's functional. So I mean, no hate on Sawyer, because like literally I've used these projects, like this strop part for like, this is a brand new one, but for like 8 years, and they're amazing. But whatever they did with this, either I got a really faulty platypus or their new platypus is just really low quality, because it literally split at the seam from pressure of trying to squeeze it into my bladder. But anyways, to like continue to talk about her geniusness.
This is great for me because I was definitely the noob with the too heavy pack yesterday, and I was like, oh man, I'm blowing it, I'm really blowing it.
I was like, redemption. But yeah, because she brought that 10-liter bag, we can actually use that to carry extra water so that we don't have to like be really low on water dry camping night. It is heavy, but we put 2 more liters in the sack, which I just showed you, and I'm gonna carry that, which I know is heavy, but it will make it perfect because we aren't gonna get to our next water source until sometime like
Middle of the day tomorrow.
Yeah, like early middle of day tomorrow. So anyways,
we don't have to ration our water like psychos either. We get to actually drink water and stay hydrated now.
Oh man, so it's kind of crazy. Day 1, already a lot of mishaps, but I'm really like actually so grateful that I got to experience the TRT before, or a shorter through hike like this before the PCT, because I'm already realizing stuff about my setup that I want to change or alter. And again, just grateful for having Krissy with me, because she saved my butt so many times with all the silly shit that I didn't have with me. So anyways, onward. Our plan is to hike at least 7 more miles today, and then we will finish the rest of the way to the next water source in the morning. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but we just made it to our first road crossing at Brockway, and we knew water would be really tough on this, so we did carry a little extra, but we were running a little lean and mean on water, and we've experienced our first bit of trail magic. There's 4 different jugs of water here. They're definitely on the lower side, but it'll be enough to give Tabor a little extra water. I'm sure she'll appreciate it, and like make it so that we can make the next 10+ miles with a night of dry camping and not totally be suffering. So I'm so excited. Thank you for whoever left the trail magic, all you trail angels. We love you. We love you so much. So grateful. Not gonna lie, it's super buggy. So we are basically doing all of our camp stuff from the comfort of our tents to avoid being eaten alive, which is totally fine. It feels so good to sit down. We did probably anywhere from 20 to 21 miles today, and no idea on vert and no idea really on mileage exactly, because nothing is syncing and I wasn't really like tracking any of it, but it's all good. I'll do some calculations later and I'll fill you in. But anyways, it was, yeah, a super fun day. I feel like I'm so tired. I'm not even sure if my words are making sense at this point, but I think as soon as it gets dark, we will be fast asleep, and our plan is to wake up early. We still have a little while, like 10-ish miles to our next water source, But because of the trail magic, we are, yeah, we're good on water, which is really, really nice because we were having to really ration, especially to make sure Tabor had enough. That was super important to me. And now we can just, you know, drink water like normal people who just hiked 20 miles and probably really need it. How's it going over there?
Oh, hey. Shielding the bugs.
Good morning. It's day 2 on the trail. First morning on Tabor. Tabor, the internet's watching. Yeah, there you go. Good morning. It's day 2 on the trail. It's the first morning after camping, and we didn't have like the best campsite. It's kind of slanted, and we were just like sliding around in our tents all night. Krissy's over there making coffee. But yeah, it's a fresh day, a fresh morning, and I'm realizing this morning, now that my brain is working slightly better, that I filmed so much between the last, you know, getting to Krissy's house and the first day, that I think I'm going to end this vlog here. So if you liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. I will be posting a few more videos with the rest of the story from the trail. So yeah, stay tuned for at least 1 to maybe 3 more episodes from the TRT, and then I'll make sure I do a Q&A at the end for all of you and all of your questions. So other than that, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next week.